But I do want to take this to it. Well, if he isn't subscribed to me and isn't getting notifications, then he just came across me. Okay. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Okay. Seems to be working now. That was unfortunate because, okay, well, let's just see for a moment. I'm pretty sure it's working now. I don't know what the case was a little earlier, but there was an audio issue. I rolled for about 29 minutes, wasted some of my energy and words doing that, only to find out that 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 only to find out that the audio wasn't working. So all those dancers and flashers along the top may have actually wanted to stay, and maybe, I mean, it would have been nice if somebody had told me sooner. Maybe they just thought maybe he'll notice and get it fixed. Um, I'll wait a few minutes or seconds, and then yeah, it would have been really nice if they told me sooner. So now I definitely want to wait until there's somebody here to chat with, you know. So no issue. I will. All that guy has to do is go to his browse list and then come to the channel and then navigate to the videos and then go to the lives. You know, it's a few clicks or whatever, but it's not like it's that hard to do it. So the audio is fixed now. Um, I'm not sure what I want to repeat and what I shouldn't, but you can see what the basic idea of this video, the general idea of this video is in the title and in the comment there. I've just restarted rolling, and maybe some of it will just naturally come back up again. I mean, I'm not ready for dinner yet. G would probably want to do stuff on the keyboard or the piano, um, and I'm not sure what else, but I'm sure we'll both be fine waiting a little bit longer to eat.
You ever bust your ass?
That sounded funny. Stupid advertisements. part of me, though, let me just check this for a moment, too. Just out of pure curiosity. Did that individual subscribe? Doesn't look like it. But he may have been watching before. Based on what he asked, though, I've got to think he may have been watching before. And so maybe this time he decided he felt comfortable chatting. Maybe he felt like it seemed like it had plenty of people I was chatting with and keeping up with, but it looked a little quieter. Maybe he also was like, it'd be nice if I tell him that his audio isn't working, and it was. It was nice because it wasn't working. It was nice that he told me. That's what I'm obviously trying to say. um, I'm very curious if that's why that guy asked, though. I really am. I really am curious if that's why he asked. Um, and part of me wants to answer it. I mean, that being said, clearly I'm in our home, so I don't know. And if he did see it before, I'm in the same, doing this from the same place that I did it before. So I mean, kind of actually perplexing. I think that answers it right there. Appreciate him caring to ask, but I wish I had the energy to re-say some of the stuff. I really do. I mean, some of the stuff was from a recent subscriber of mine. Her channel description, I felt that some of it really applied to how I would describe this channel, so I kind of read a little bit of it. I looked at that one message from my brother. I talked about the many ways in which we could relate to each other here on YouTube. Um, you know, um, those that come across the video, and yeah. So, we have somebody here, possibly a couple of people. Yes, I realize that it works now. I'm glad about that. And basically, just because it's smaller over there, and just in case some stuff that doesn't show there shows here. Um, but I also think, as far as what the channel is about, people can come and spend some time here and get a pretty good idea pretty quickly. Um, there's a possibility that they might glean wrong, or not might not think all things accurately, from what they gather, but and what I say, but I think that you pretty much can. Yeah, I mean, I just read this more precisely and fully, and I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like, glad you had fun. Sorry to hear you're going through some struggles. Some similar to us. How can you afford to shop at a farmer's market if you're not getting a lot of work? Is it cheaper? And I'm not sure what else to say. You know. But I am mostly glad that I messaged him, and even though I would never eat that thing that he made, um, it sounds very fancy, and it just further proves that he is kind of living a more posh life, I would say. Um, in a better climate, in a, I mean, maybe not perfect country because no place is perfect, but and you know, yeah, he's done very well. Um, but yeah, does anybody relate to having relatives that you feel like you might relate to them on something, or like they might be struggling in ways that they don't talk to you about, out of curiosity? And also, is pancetta not just a meat? I was saying in the other video, but the audio wasn't working, that my brother made pancetta for Christmas in his country, in the UK when he lived there. And I'm like, what do you mean you made pancetta? Is that not just meat? It maybe it's how it's seasoned, or I mean, if you put something with us, tell me what with it. Tell me what that is too, because otherwise it sounds kind of boring. I don't know. And I mean, like anyway, again, I get the vegans. I understand them, and so you know we don't have to talk about that topic because I know it's one of those topics that people can really get passionate about and detailed about, and yeah, just not necessary. Um, I mostly right now don't have any ideas for songs or topics. I know I enjoy listening to you and do relate to you on a number of things, but you already know some of them, which is true. Yeah, true and lovely. G should be downstairs soon on the piano, and then I do have a couple other things I'd like to do, but I'd be happy to do some music and also, like you say, just chat. I'm gonna pin this comment, which is basically the main theme of this. But yeah, I really don't. I'm just gonna say, like, it was really kind of odd. I really don't know why it was music because my mic was not, because I was able to click it and mute it, and it didn't indicate that it was. So I'm really not sure why it wasn't recording. That's strange. We haven't been playing with the settings, so it's weird. So yeah, you know, even though other people could state some things, and I'll say, yeah, I relate to that, I'm into that, or I find that interesting, or whatever. I had listed a bunch of stuff in the previous one, but I'm kind of, well, I mean, we'll watch it stuff with you later. I mean, I don't really otherwise, you know, need to do much. But yes, I kind of don't really want to list the things again, but maybe some of them will come up. Um, So that would be nice. Yeah, go on. Yeah, all these things we did. You know, he's glad that things will slow down a bit, though. And I can understand how that must feel, but I'd be glad if things sped up a little bit, to be honest. So, I'm not sure. You know, on the 7th, I think I'm going to send Elizabeth again. So, yeah, hopefully that will move things along in that way. Because I've been mentioning it a little bit in some of my videos, but also just, yeah, I would really like it too. I'll be right back. I hate to leave the thing and G's around, but being good. Don't get into anything in my absence. I really don't. There's only one other person at home right now. He's doing some dog. You guys surprised he still is. Because now it's been probably close to an hour when he said he was halfway through his first, halfway through the hour session. This has been about 20 minutes. The other one was 29. So that's 35. Maybe he's getting a start on the other one. I'm not really sure. But it's kind of odd. Speaking of farmers markets and that kind of thing, I wish that those heating things still work better. I know it's not rushing to get done once we did that. Ugh. But yeah. Oh. suppose I could look at the comments on there. Then I'm not looking between two screens. I could just bring it closer to me. I suppose I could. Okay, it's just about 20 minutes. Yeah. And I might roll until this has to be plugged in. It's at 73% now. It drops kind of fast sometimes, but I don't see anybody still there, but I do see a couple comments so that I didn't see. So this might not, my videos vary. Sometimes I'm more organized or have more of a topic on mind and I ramble about it. And other times it's a bit more relaxed. It's kind of like, where are the people to chat with? And sometimes they show up and sometimes they don't. Some people's chats are very busy, They seem to keep up well, but, maybe they had just a few people. Then some of the other ones would be here instead. Sometimes I still on the screen for 5 minutes under. Usually puts in a comment. Yeah, you know what? I meant to do that, but so thanks for putting that. I forget what the other thing was now that I've selected that to remember to put that once it's posted too. I had something else along the top too, but I don't recall. And that didn't happen. I'm baking. I've had two in here. I'm gonna have some healthy stuff tonight, so sorry for the going off camera again, but I have the phone in my hand at least, so. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. I might have to wait till somebody's here to read that so that they know too, in case they don't already. And I'm going to jump right into it when somebody comes because I don't know unless they say a quick hi whether the person that tunes in is someone I'm familiar with or not. And if not, let's get familiar. Let's get to know and relate, like I say. During the live and after, I wonder if some people think, oh, if I missed it live, then it would be silly to comment it, but I don't think they do. Because I don't think it'd be silly to think that for the most part. Stay in chat. This creator is worth it, lovely, with a big heart and great musical talent, easy to talk to. Oh, I very much appreciate that. I think that person, I'm not sure if they're still here. Maybe briefly had to go, or maybe the device had to be plugged in. But that was so weird. Somebody came long enough to hear me read it, and then they're like, "Yeah, so what?" Or at least that's what it seemed like, Some people, may scroll lives, and it's like they don't decide not to hide the channel or whatever, but it's kind of like maybe they've already decided that, yeah, probably too presumptively, too quickly. And so when they're scrolling or whatever, they're just like, oh, No, I already decided about that one. And if that's the case, why not just have my channel so you don't have to come across it again? There is that setting, and I think it usually works. So, because you know, yeah, then I don't have to see that number moving at the top and not really connecting to someone who wants to chat. But I'm honestly getting a bit bored. So what I might do is just say, that this one I'm keeping it short. It's a little quieter, unfortunately. Of course, when he comes down, unless he's in the other room, and maybe even still, like if I'm watching something, it might be a bit distracting. But um, I sort of want to scroll lives. It's one of those things I have mixed feelings about. It's interesting to see who you come across, or what they're doing, but it's a little bit. I mean, I like diversity, I really do, but it's a little bit too diverse for me. Sometimes it's like, one thing it sometimes does do is show people that that I subscribe to, but um, but you know what? I can quickly challenge myself and scroll past them. Kind of, but a few seconds to see them, might be hard to process or whatever. I think I can handle that. So I haven't done that in a few days. I'm kind of craving that. So you can see what the title is, and you can comment afterwards. And I appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll try and get back to you soon. Take care. Bye.